The Owl House debuted to much critical acclaim and fan adoration early in 2020, before it became clear that this year was going to be a complete disaster that would test all of us in ways I don't think any of us anticipated. I know that seems like a million years ago, but just a year ago, at the time of this recording, we had no idea what this show even was. We had no idea whether it would be any good. We had no idea whether Dana Terrace of Gravity Falls fame would be able to create a show on par with Alex Hirsch's concoction. I heard early buzz, but the hype only grew as the show progressed. The acclaim only got louder and harder to ignore. As the pandemic raged, the show kept airing new episodes and gaining new converts until the first season finally ended in August of 2020. The show has thus entered its first major hiatus, although there was a minor hiatus of a couple months in the summer at the midpoint of the season. So with Season 1 over and Season 2 on the horizon, fans have taken to wondering how long it will be until Season 2 of this show is actually released. Thankfully, it might not be as long as a lot of us fear, even considering the conditions created by the pandemic. Disney had the foresight to renew the show for Season 2 even before Season 1 started airing. I suppose the execs over at Disney really liked what they saw, and the gamble they played with the show has paid off significantly. The show has become a hit. It's become one of Disney's most popular animated series in a while. The show has only been getting better as it has progressed, so how long will it be until we finally receive this fabled second season of the show? In the Reddit AMA, showrunner and creator Dana Terrace had back in August, she expressed pessimism about the negative impacts COVID has on the ability to get the show done in a reasonable timescale. Unfortunately, she said, COVID has definitely shifted schedules and expectations. While animation is much better suited to adapting for the pandemic than live action, that does not mean it's easy. Still, she has clarified that they are already animating the second season of this show, so that is good news. Compare that to the production process that's plaguing another show I really like, The Dragon Prince. The creator of that show, former Avatar The Last Airbender head writer Aaron Haas, talked in a Reddit AMA in October about how the show had not entered production on its fourth season yet. He said they were close, but that they were still in the writing process, and that it might be a while until the fourth season of the show finally came out. True, Netflix, which produces The Dragon Prince, has demonstrated an ability to produce animated shows at a genuinely impressive and frenetic pace. This is evinced by how we have gotten the entire run of shows like She-Ra and Voltron in time frames so short that it would be remarkable for anything that's not concocted by the Netflix machine. They get things done fast there. There tend to be very few delays and very little hesitation. Still, I believe that we are going to get the next season of The Owl House before we get Season 4 of The Dragon Prince. That said, we should be cautious. On Wikipedia, it says that the second season of the show is scheduled to premiere in early 2021. But number one, that is such a vague statement that it hardly means anything. And number two, I cannot find real hard evidence of that fact anywhere on the internet. So I would not put too much stock on what it says on Wikipedia. Now, I hate saying that. I really like Wikipedia, and I have never understood the dictatorial deliberations of middle school teachers who say that Wikipedia is unreliable and that it should never be trusted and that you shouldn't look at it. Much of the information there is in fact reliable, especially these days, and while it is far from the end-all be-all of studying a topic, it's a very good place to start. As such, it pains me to say that a piece of information there is completely fallacious and unsupported, but that is the conclusion I have arrived at concerning the idea that the show is definitely, absolutely going to premiere in early 2021 for its second season. Now, for clarification's sake, I'm not saying the show won't premiere in early 2021. In fact, unless COVID restrictions slow things down to a glacial pace, it is more than likely that the show will, in fact, premiere its second season in early 2021. I highly doubt it will premiere by the end of this year, but considering how far they've come on the animating process for Season 2 of the show already, I don't think it's a stretch to claim that Season 2 of the show probably is going to premiere in the spring. However, this is not official information. Dana Terrace has not said anything of the sort as of the time of recording. That is the hard truth of the matter. Still, there is reason for optimism. Though the idea of a functional vaccine for the coronavirus has been discussed in such hushed, desperate tones over the course of the last 8 months that it started to feel more like a myth than a real possibility, it's very possible that we could have one or more vaccines by the end of the year. It's even possible that we might have a vaccine by the time this video comes out, although that part is less likely. Now, that does not mean everyone is going to be able to get it right away, or even that everyone is going to want to get it right away. I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but things will probably start to return to normal by the spring of next year. Now, that's obviously good news for humanity, and compared to that, one television show really isn't that important, but it is pertinent to the topic of this video to say that if a vaccine is widely available and things are able to get back to normal, the production on this show could pick up significantly. The roadblocks Dana Terrace lamented would be removed, and we would receive Season 2 of the show probably significantly faster than we otherwise would. We'll never know how much art we're losing because the coronavirus slowed production so abjectly. The sooner things get back to normal, the better. Not just for us, but also for the shows we love. If the second season of the show is in fact delayed because of the pandemic, as a lot of us fear it will be, that would obviously be horrible news, but I would be willing to be patient. I would be willing to wait. The show is that good. I don't want the show to be rushed. It's easy to tell when writers and showrunners are rushing. It's easy to tell when they do not have all the time they want to spend on the projects they love, and these projects always suffer because of that. The first season of this show has done such a great job of establishing this world of the Boiling Isles. It's done such a good job of establishing these characters and their unique and eccentric personalities. It's done such a good job of establishing the stakes. And perhaps most importantly, it's done a great job of establishing the relationships between these various characters. Whether you're talking about the mentor-student bond between Luce and Ida, or the romantic bond between Luce and Amity. The foundation has been created, and I will admit I am extremely excited to see what the show, in fact, does with that foundation. Where will it take these characters? Where will it take these storylines? Where will it take this world? We'll have to wait for Season 2 to find out, and for that reason I really hope we get Season 2 sooner rather than later. Although, if it has to come later, I am more than willing to wait. And I think a lot of us feel the same way. So thank you all for watching. If you liked what you saw today, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. Donate to my Patreon if you can and you want to see more videos like this. Keep watching The Owl House. It's a delightful little gem of a show. There are parts of it that shine so brightly, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here and what it does. There are some rough patches. I won't claim the show is perfect. There are some things that need to be ironed out, but the characters in the world are so bright and vivid. I'm not surprised the show has received all the attention it's gotten, and I hope it just keeps on getting better as it progresses. I really can't wait for Season 2. So anyway, tune in soon for my next analysis. It will be coming soon, I promise you that. Thank y'all again. See you later. Adios, comrades.